Why are you watching this video? Particularly if you've watched some of my other videos, because I make really crappy, amateurish videos. And I'm beginning to get, by my standards, quite a few comments on my videos. And it's a bit disconcerting to think that you make a video, just a very short, amateurish junk video, and you put it out. And then you've got people reacting to it. So I used to have a YouTube channel before which nobody watched, and it was great because you'd make these videos, there was no feedback, so you just made the videos and that was that. But now you make a video and, well, I don't know, I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand why anyone would watch these videos. But there you are. But a few days ago I got a new phone, and you buy a phone or anything like that now, first thing you have to do is you have to download the updates. And to make a long story short, I couldn't do that because you can only do it online. You can't do it via the network. So I decided I'd check just across the road from me. There is Ringsend Library. It's literally 1 minute across the road. So I thought I'll Google Ringsend Library just to see if there's a hotspot there, which there was. But in the course of Googling Ringsend Library, I found myself on their Facebook page, and, well, this is what I saw. So as you can see, this is during the lockdown, they're reading these various stories for kids. And this particular one is about a transgender boy, girl, whatever. There. Now this is in all the libraries now, and I was reading, if you like, the mission statement, if you like, of the library. And, libraries used to be there to help, because a lot of people back in the day, when I was a kid, a lot of people wouldn't have had money to be buying books for their children. So libraries were there to make books available for children and older people, of course. But today, and that was their purpose, today their purpose is quite explicit. It's to do with inclusion and diversity. That's the job of a library now. It's to spread diversity, etc., and inclusion and tolerance. And of course, the woke agenda. Basically, that's it. And, a few years ago, because I was born not that far from here, half a mile away, less. And, back in the day, that library, there was no mention of any woke stuff. In fact, 10 years ago, there was no mention of any that woke stuff. All of this has happened just in the last 2 years now, and one of the many alarming things is how quick people are to adopt this. Just as I say, it's literally 1 minute across the road. 1 minute in the other direction and you've got the local school. And in the local school, there's also this woke propaganda and basically lying to children, not to mention the complete rewriting, reinterpreting of history, the invention of a totally new history of oppression, etc. What was I saying? I've lost track. This always happens. But anyhow, oh yeah, one of the things that's really that really gets me about all of this. It's just how quickly people adopted it. The entire teaching industry, it seems every teacher in Ireland just decided pretty much overnight that this transgender thing was real, and that Ireland was a racist country, and we must have diversity. Not very long ago, not a single teacher in Ireland would have been saying any of these things. Neither would any politician or any journalist. And it's really, really scary how an entire nation can adopt these woke ideas overnight, literally overnight, and without any discussion. Because then you're here in Ireland on the issue of transgenderism and all of that. We brought in, after gay marriage, a few months after gay marriage, there was a Gender Recognition Act or something brought in, a transgender thing. And this was brought in with no debate, no discussion, nothing. And it's extraordinary to think that an entire nation can change its mind on gender, on mass immigration, on free speech. It's really scary that an entire population of people can change their minds overnight on these issues without any public discussion or debate or anything. And I often find myself thinking of the sheer evil of the people behind this. These people over in my local library, they all think they're wonderful. They're modern, inclusive, tolerant, and all of that. But these people will adopt any woke thing and inflict it on children, and they'll do it in the blink of an eye. And I'm waffling. But when you see these footballers too, and with the Olympics now, you have the Olympic football teams and all that, and all of them, all the Irish teams certainly bending their knee. And it's disturbing and scary that an entire population of people will suddenly decide that they have this urge to bend their knee because of supposed racism. It's scary. It's scary, and it's disturbing, because the one thing that this shows you is that these woke people, and that means just about everyone now, these woke people, they will go along with anything. They will adopt anything. They're more fanatical than any Nazi ever was in Hitler's Germany. And that's not an exaggeration. These people they're like religious fundamentalists when it comes to this woke thing. They're like evangelists, and they're fanatical, and they even have their own concept of original sin. If you're white, and particularly if you're male, you have the original sin of white privilege and all of that. But as I say, I am, as I frequently do, I'm waffling on. But it's, seems a little thing. Somebody in the local library started telling stories about a boy in a dress. But this is really dangerous. Really, really dangerous. And side by side with this, we have population replacement. We suddenly have this thing of black Irish and white Irish. And people coming into Ireland now, they are actively encouraged to think racially, to be part of a particular racial group. they talk about the immigrant community. There should be no place in a proper society. There should be no place for immigrant communities. And I said this before in a video. I went to live in England in the 60s and 70s. I lived there for 12, 13 years. But I was never part of the immigrant community. I was just an Irish person who happened to be living in England. And this whole idea of immigrant communities, this is racial thinking. It's like if you go to America, be an American. If you go to Britain, be a Briton. Don't bring your own culture to places and then insist on creating your own little ghettos. Oh, I really am wandering. I really am wandering. But now watching these woke people, and particularly these people over in the library or in local schools, they are all absolutely convinced that they are liberal, tolerant, inclusive. And of course, they are the exact opposite.